Classmates, it's time for class. Today we are going to learn about the progress component. When developing cross-platform applications using UniApp, the progress bar is a very practical component. It can be used to display the completion progress of a task or loading status. In this lesson, we will give a detailed introduction on how to use the progress bar component in UniApp. Let's start by looking at the properties of the progress bar component. The first property is %, which represents the progress. The value of this property can range from 0 to 100. For example, if the % property is set to 20, it means the progress has completed 20%. The show info attribute indicates whether to display the percentage on the right side of the progress bar. If set to false, the percentage won't show. Border radius attribute. This attribute is present in many components. It represents the rounded corner size of the component's outer border. When set to 50, it represents a circle. The font size attribute indicates the font size in percentage on the right. The stroke width attribute indicates the width of the progress bar. The ActiveColor attribute indicates the color of the selected progress bar. That is the color in front of the progress bar block. The background color attribute indicates the color of the unselected progress bar. These are some commonly used attributes. Now let's see how the progress component is used. Inside, there's a progress component. Let's take a look at its properties. First, the first property is %. The % property represents the progress percentage. You can see it's bound to the % variable with a value of 15. So the initial value displayed is 15%. Show info indicates whether to display the percentage. On the right side of the progress bar, it's displayed here. The value forwards for the active mode attribute means that the progress bar animation continues from the last endpoint. The stroke width attribute has a value of 3, indicating its width is 3px. Active color represents the color of the completed progress bar. The background color is #CCC, which is gray, representing the color of the incomplete progress bar. These are the basic properties of the progress bar component. Additionally, there are two buttons below the progress component. The first button is Start Progress, which triggers the Start Progress method when clicked. After a single click, this method is executed. The second button is Initialize. After clicking, the method executed is Clear Progress. Let's see how these two methods are executed. First is the Start Progress method. When clicking the Start Progress button, the Start Progress method will be executed. In this method, a timer is set up. This timer executes every 30 milliseconds. Each execution increments the % variable by 1, resulting in a change in the progress percentage. If % reaches 100, it means the progress bar has reached its end. What to do then? Execute the clearinterval method to clear the timer. The timer will no longer execute. The progress bar will then stop at the end. Then, Uni Shotos pops up a message box displaying loading successful. This is the execution sequence after clicking the Start Progress button. Let's click once. Now, the progress increases by 1 each time. After the progress reaches 100, a loading success prompt box pops up. Then, we click the Initialize button. The % variable equals 0. The method executed for initialization is clear progress, which means setting the % variable to 0. Clicking the Start Progress button again will increment the % variable by 1 each time, continuing until it reaches 100. Once it reaches 100, the timer will be cleared again. Now the message indicating successful loading has been displayed. This is how the progress bar works. Let's take a look at the timer we just used. When developing a mini program using UniApp, we often encounter situations where certain actions need to be executed on a schedule, such as timed data refresh or sending requests. This is when timers come in handy. There are two types of timers in UniApp. One is setAmount, and the other is setInterval. SetAmount is used to execute a specific operation after a designated time. For example, specifying an operation to be executed 1000 milliseconds later. SetInterval means to execute an operation every 1000 milliseconds. Both of these methods require the definition of a timer. Next, let's discuss methods for clearing timers. Why should timers be cleared? If timers are used on a page, it is essential to remember to clear them when leaving the page. Otherwise, issues may arise. For example, with the timer we just used, every time when % is 100, the timer will be cleared. So there is no problem with it. Typically, timers are cleared in the onUnload method of a page, clearing the timer within this method. If this timer is not null, it indicates that there is a timer. So you can use the clearTimount method to clear the timer. If it's a tabber page, clear the timer in the onHide method. Here, the clearInterval method is used, which is for clearing interval-based timers. This is the timer we discussed today. Timers have a wide range of applications, and you will encounter them many times in future learning. In this lesson, we have a preliminary understanding of timers. Classmates, in this lesson, we have learned how to use the progress bar component in UniApp. For the progress bar component in UniApp, there are additional parameters and events provided. So in practical applications, according to your needs, you can further customize the style and behavior of the progress bar. The basic content components of UniApp are commonly used components in many programs. By learning these basic content components, we can quickly get started with mini program development. That's all for this lesson. Thank you, everyone.